Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stoveside Chats. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through it. All right. My name is Chad Blackwelder. I'm the Food Service Marketing Specialist for the North Carolina Department of Agriculture. Thank you for joining in today. We've got a great show. We were going to do this last month, but my guest had some scheduling issues, and I certainly understand how that goes. Hey, Laughing Spell and Kyle Munch. Thank you guys for joining in and waving. Mountain, I'm sorry, I can't read. They're going too fast, which is a good thing. Appreciate you guys joining in and waving. So anyway, we have our first food truck chef guest on today. So that should be a lot of fun. Chef Jamie Barnes and Greg Williams of What the Fries Food Truck. Mirror Brothers Oysters, thank you for joining and waving. We appreciate that. We'll give them just a little bit longer. Their lunch service ends at 2 o'clock, so they said they would try to get on as soon as they could. And understand how that goes. So next week we have butcher extraordinaire Ross Flynn, who has Left Bank Butchery in Saxball, and he also has 2 locations of Alimentary, which is this cool kind of old school Italian, not really deli, a food stall. Like, they have a lot of the meats they cut there and the sausages that they make and really good cheeses, and they make their own tomato gravy and pesto and homemade pasta that they make right there. It's really, really awesome. So that'll be a lot of fun to talk to a butcher. That'll be our first butcher on the show. And then the last week of this month, we have Chef Patrick Cowden, who has Farmhouse Cafe in Wendell, North Carolina. And the folks of Wendell are lucky to have him there. He's doing a great job. Sources a lot of stuff locally, so that should be a good conversation. And then next month, I've got a little bit planned out. I'm still working on that, but we'll talk about that a little bit more next week. All right, we're just waiting on the What the Fries guys. Southern Bull Baking join, thank you. I've almost tripped up a couple of times saying What the Fries. Almost said something else that wouldn't be good. All right. Greyhawk 55 joined. Thank you guys for your patience. They should be here pretty soon. And then we'll start talking with them. And let's see what else is going on. We heard from Commissioner Troxler there's going to be a state fair this year, and a mountain state fair, that's good. It's be interesting to see how that's going to look. Looking forward to it. I missed it last year. And the Seafood Festival, I think, is going to happen this year in Morehead City. We did some virtual pieces with them in 2020 that went pretty well. Kind of a Blue Apron style box that we worked with the produce box in Raleigh. They helped us kind of get those together, where you could order a box and cook along with the chef. And that was a lot of fun, but it's always better to have an in-person festival. And the Seafood Festival is the largest festival in the state. So when it doesn't happen, it's definitely missed in that area. And they've had a couple cancel over the last few years with hurricanes. So I'm glad that we will resume the festivities in 2021. And hopefully more people will be getting vaccinated by then. So fingers crossed. All right, guys, thank you. Stick with us. Those guys will be here soon. If not, I will probably go offline for a few minutes just to get in touch with them, and then we'll pop back on really quick. But we'll give them just another minute here. Let's see. I was in Durham. There they are. Cool. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How's everything going in Charlotte? Yeah, we're good. We're good. You guys are sideways though.
Oh, shoot. All right.
There you go. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I know that we've been working on this for a minute, and I know how scheduling issues go in the kitchen for sure. So thank you guys for regrouping and joining us today. And I can't. Can you guys check your volume a little bit? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, cool. All right, for those who are joining and watching us, this is the dynamic duo, Chef Jamie Barnes and Greg Williams of What the Fries Food Truck in Charlotte. We'll start out like we always do. Greg, we'll start with you. Tell us about your background and what led you to where you are today.
I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina. Went to Johnson & Wales in 2004. I started out at a bar called Cans. I started out frying. I actually worked for Harper's Restaurants for a little while. Started doing grill and saute. And yeah, man, I had a deli in Columbia, South Carolina as well. And then after that, man, me and Jamie actually called me about going on a show, the Great Food Truck Race. And yeah, that's the rest is history from there.
Yeah. Jamie, how about you, man? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Kind of the same way. I came to Charlotte in, what was that, 04? And I went to Johnson & Wales. From there, I just worked a couple of kitchens. I worked Sonoma Kitchen. I worked with ARPA. I was at ARPA for about 3 years, became a sous chef there. Did a little time with Mimosa, and from there I worked with Ilios Noche. So I worked around a couple places, get my foot in the door. I did a little bit of time. I moved to DC with my wife. We went there for about 2 years, and then we came back to Charlotte, and I worked Valentine Country Club. And that's the last place that that I worked. After that, I just had food truck dreams after that. Like we used to watch Food Network and see the show and just decided to give it a try.
Oh yeah, and I forgot, we worked at the Valentine Country Club together. So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
well, you guys have
since 04, so long.
That's really cool, and you guys have great resumes, man. You guys have worked at some really killer spots. And shout out to Johnson & Wales. I graduated from the Charleston campus way back in '92. So it's always cool to meet some of the alumni and see them doing as great as you guys are doing. Let's talk about the food truck. Greg, tell us about it, and Jamie, jump in if he misses anything.
Yeah.
We've been doing the food truck for about 5 years. We started up the concept because of the Great Food Truck Race. We actually wanted to go on that show, and we got to the ninth round? Yeah. The ninth round, and they decided not to pick us. So we just figured that everybody loves fries, and that we knew that we came from culinary backgrounds, so we felt that we could take it up a good notch, and which has been successful for us. So that's where the concept came from.
Yep. And we, and myself personally, I started looking at, not sure if you're familiar with Instagram page, Food Beast. And I just started seeing how people were doing some really wild food. And I just was getting bored with food I was doing. I was working at the country club, and then any downtime, we'd just be making some crazy creations. And we just decided to just do it on the food truck and just see where we could go with it.
Yeah, it seems to be working out pretty well for you guys. Now, obviously you do fries. Expound on that a little bit. Tell us about some of your signature dishes.
We got steak and shrimp.
Steak and shrimp is pretty much like really what really started us off. That's what we actually got on the food truck, the Food Network for.
Okay.
Southern and Hungry. Southern and Hungry is where we actually brought out the steak and shrimp hibachi. We got famous for that. The lobster mac and cheese is also one of our biggest sellers.
Yep. And both of those are different spins on both of our food that we love. We both love hibachi, so we decided to swap out the rice and do it with fries. And lobster mac is just something that everybody loves, and nobody's serving it on top of French fries. So we just went that route with it too.
That's cool. I love the idea of switching out the rice for the fries.
Yeah.
Now you guys are, I mean, you guys are, dare I say, the hottest food truck in the Charlotte area?
I'll
Hey,
let, I'll
I can
let
say
you
that,
say
right?
it.
I'll let you say that.
Okay. Well, look, you guys have got tons of accolades, man. I mean, you guys have won food truck challenges and People's Choice Awards, and you've been featured in Travel Noir and Black Enterprise and Charlotte Magazine. Aside from making your customers really happy, what of those accolades has meant the most to you guys?
I guess whenever we do food truck events and they're judged, whenever we get the People's Choice, we've gotten that about twice. That means the most because it's like that's straight feedback from the customers. So that feels good to know that we're putting out food that people are enjoying and they enjoyed it enough to vote for us. So
Yeah,
I would definitely agree with that. Piggyback on that and agree. I
I
was
hear you. Greg, tell us about how you guys incorporate local stuff into your menu.
um well
Dukes.
yeah, oh yeah, we do Duke's bread. Duke's is a local bread that we use here. We actually have something special coming up pretty soon in the restaurant that we're going to be showcasing pretty soon here. A lot of times we go to like the farmers market to get some of our fresh veggies for like our burgers on the truck. And
And once we switch into the restaurant, we're going to be using Fresh List. So we'll be using that.
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
make a big difference on a lot of our products. So we're going to switch to them. So.
Those guys, they do a really good job. I was in Charlotte recently and stopped by and saw Jesse there at their new facility. It's really, really cool. Let's see here. Now, you guys are, let's talk about, you brought up the restaurant, Jamie. Tell us about it.
It's just going to be an extension of the food truck. We're going to add a lot more food that we wanted to do on the truck. We're going to bring different types of flavors of wings that you're not seeing a lot. You know, we have a snapper sandwich that we're going to be doing. We're just trying to do things. People might feel like they're familiar, but we're trying to put a little spin on things and just make them kind of authentic to us. And, you know,
Yeah.
just so that it's not the basic food that you're getting every day. So we're going to have some wing flavors that you haven't seen, a couple milkshakes that people aren't getting every day. So should be
Awesome.
cool.
And the restaurant's going to be, it's Pineville, right?
yeah, Pineville off of Park Road. It's right across the street from the hospital and right behind the Wendy's off Park Road.
Okay. Now, are you guys going to be full service in terms of like a bar and the whole shebang, or?
No, no bar. We will be probably doing some local beers.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, that's probably about it, though.
Awesome. Nice and simple. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. So when the restaurant gets open, how is that going to work in concert with the food truck? Are you guys going to flip a coin to see who worked the truck that day, or how's that going to work out?
Right now, man, we're trying to get help. Period, really. But what we want to do is we want to get the right people to work the
Yeah.
truck before we get it back rolling. So I think both of us are going to start off in the restaurant, and at least until we can get the right people to work this truck, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah. That's a lot to balance, man. It's no small task for sure. Now, let's talk about the Soul Food Sessions. You guys are the third and fourth members of the Soul Food Sessions we've had on Stoveside Chats. We had Jamie Turner on and Michael Bowling, who just chimed in talking about the hot box lager. So there you go. That'll go with those wings.
Nice.
No, I love that guy. He's awesome. But so it was so cool. Both times when I asked Jamie and Michael about Soul Food Sessions, their faces lit up. They were so excited to talk about it. And it seems like you guys have so much fun. So I want you guys to talk about, for those who don't know about Soul Food Sessions, kind of fill us in on how it got started and like what the mission is and what you guys have accomplished and why this is so important.
Well, it started.
That's a lot of questions.
It started with a couple of us just talking with Mike and Greg and just wanting to do some cool food around town. There was a lot of dinners happening with different chefs, and many of us weren't ever, we just weren't getting invited. Just point blank and simple. We weren't getting invited. A lot of us felt like we could do the same thing, the same volume that other people were doing. So we got together and was like, let's just do it. See how we can just do. It always started out with just one dinner. And, we came up with a name for it, and so we did the first dinner at Greg's spot. He had a place at Dawn.
Trying at Dawn.
Yeah. And that was our first one, and the feedback was great. And we just decided to just keep on doing them.
Yeah, after that, man, it kind of blew up, and then that's when Coca-Cola called us, and we went on that tour. I think it was like a year later. We went on, what was it, 5 city?
Yeah, something like
that. Four or five city tour, the D.C. area, Maryland area. And from there, it just blew up from there.
Yeah, and you guys got to take the show to the Beer House, right?
Oh yeah.
That's definitely one of our biggest accomplishments.
Yeah,
that's a highlight, man. That's really, really cool. I got to work there many years ago when I worked down in Charleston. We did a dinner up there, and I was amazed at how tiny that little kitchen is. And then when you're trying to get everything ready, everybody's rolling in, and you're bumping elbows with the guest. And but yeah, that's such a great experience. That's really, really cool. I want to go back to the truck really quick. How do you guys figure out like what locations that you want to be at, and what are some of your favorite spots in Charlotte to park your truck?
Well, the locations now, pretty much everybody just calls us, emails us, and yeah, we've been, since COVID has been around, we've been doing a lot of the neighborhoods. Not as many office buildings as we're used to, but yeah. And then I would say my favorite, when we were rolling, I would say Resident Culture probably has been like one of my favorites. It's like a cool vibe there.
Yeah.
What else would you say? Probably Unknown Brewery, maybe.
Yeah. Usually the breweries on Fridays. We love Cabarrus. Cabarrus is a good brewery down there. And we used to do back when call centers were open, we used to do, can't think of the area. It was in Fort Mill, but very, 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 it's called Last Crew. That's one of our places we love to do.
And Whitehall is also good as well, where we were today.
So, yeah, pre-COVID, the call centers were amazing.
Water Ridge Parkway.
And now we're doing neighborhoods pretty heavy, and neighborhoods are good at night. Families can really eat. So food trucks are thriving doing neighborhoods. So.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that. What sort of changes did you have to make to get through COVID, and will any of those changes become a permanent thing even once the virus is gone?
It's probably just the pre-orders was like our biggest change.
Yeah.
But I think, man, we've got a pretty good feedback from the pre-order system, so I think that we're going to keep it in the restaurant as well. Probably on the truck as well whenever we get that back rolling too.
Yeah, this whole thing, as you guys well know, you're on the front lines. This thing's been really interesting. Obviously, it's been devastating, but it's going to be interesting to see how food service looks, moving forward, because I've talked to a couple of restaurateurs and kind of told them flat out, man, if you think that things are going to ever be the way they were, you should probably get out of the business right now. It's just going to look different to a large degree.
Yeah.
So what kind of numbers do you guys do off the truck as far as like how many covers can you guys do in a day? Are you guys doing lunch and dinner like 5 days a week, or?
4 to 5 days.
Yeah, 4 to 5 days a week. Some days we do doubles, and then we'll cover both lunch and dinner. But a lot of times we prefer the lunches, but dinners are good too. But we do any at a busy lunch. We
150 to 200, I would say, probably.
Yeah.
150 to busy lunch, 150 to 200 maybe.
Wow.
We've actually been at a festival before, man. I think we went through probably I probably cut about 10 cases of potatoes, the 60 count potatoes. And we went through every single one of them. So.
Wow, that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
Busy days.
Yes, sir. It gets busy on the truck. We've done 80 pounds of wings before on the truck.
Man. That's great.
The chicken.
Yeah.
started.
So we
chicken.
just had someone ask a question. Let me see. Let me find it. When is the new location going to open?
Oh, we're hoping, actually hoping sometime next week.
That's a hope.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, nothing solid yet.
Not solid, but that's what we're hoping.
Well, I hope that happens, and we're
Permits.
out of time. Yeah, we're out of time, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining us. I know that you guys just got off your lunch shift, and I know you have a lot to do, so I'll let you get back to it. But anything that you want to tell the folks about anything you guys have coming up, or how they can get in touch with you guys? Obviously, you guys are big on social media, so they can follow you guys on Instagram and Facebook. But anything else the folks need to know about What the Fries?
Yeah, just keep checking our stories. We're going to be updating on anything new with us, with the restaurant, anything new with dinners, specials, all of that. Just keep checking back in the stories.
Yeah. And now one more thing, the Soul Food Sessions, you guys did a dinner in February, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys have some more planned coming up?
Oh, yeah.
I think we have some stuff coming up soon. Just trying to wait for this COVID thing to clear up and everybody's busy schedules. But yeah, we should be working back together.
Yeah, I want to, once you guys get settled into the new place, man, I love to circle back around and talk. Maybe, you know, Department of Ag, got to be in C, can work together with Soul Food Sessions and do some dinners together or something.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds cool,
good.
man. Sounds cool.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, man. I had y'all's food at the 2019 Piedmont Culinary Guild Symposium. You guys did the lunch there.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
That was good, man. So I want some more of that. So,
Thank you so much.
Jamie, Greg, thank you both very much for being here, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right,
man. Thank you for having us.
All right.
All right, take care.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Not sure what's going on with my screen. Anyway, Jamie Barnes and Greg Williams from What the Fries Food Truck. Cool guys, very cool. You guys make sure you're checking out everything they're doing, and check out Soul Food Sessions and all the chefs that are involved with that. Greg Collier and his wife Sabrina, Jamie Turner, obviously Jamie and Greg and Michael Bowling and some others that I know I'm forgetting, but they're doing really cool work. All right, join us next week for Butcher Ross Flynn from Left Bank Butchery and Alimentary, and then the last week will be Chef Patrick Cowden of Farmhouse Cafe in Wendell.